guys over at Rippton have just sent me two of their new Stellarlight 365 head torches, one in black and one in green. And in this video, I thought I'd do just a really simple unboxing of what you get in the box and how these lights perform and how to use them. So everything you need to know about these lights. So I've decided to open up the olive drab, which is the green version. If I open up the box, I have obviously had a quick look in these already. There is a manual that comes in the box. I've had a quick skim through, so I should understand everything that happens within this light now. But it comes in its own little carry case, so perfect to keep in your fishing bag when you're not in use, just to not run the risk of hitting one of the lights on so it turns itself on when you're between sessions, and also just keeps it nice and protected. So if I undo the case, open it up, and you'll see that we have the head torch unit itself. There's also a elasticated strap, which is going to be what goes around your head, of course. There's also a USB lead, which has the adapter on the end to charge this thing up, and a little certificate, which I'm guessing that means QC pass. Yeah, it just means it's safe to use, I suppose. So that's what you'll get in the case itself. The USB charge, just to quickly run through that, it's only one way that this can fit on correctly, and that's with the lead pointing upwards. When it's on charge, you'll see slow pulsing red lights, or fast pulsing red lights depending on how empty the battery is, and then green flashing lights when it's nearly full or completely full. So those are the lights you're looking out for whilst it's on charge, and I believe a full charge takes up to about 2 hours, so that's how long it's going to take to charge this up. And this lead's so small, you can just take that with you, put it into your power pack on a session if you need to, and charge it up easily that way. The strap, if we go into the strap as well, now this, as you can see, is reversible, so you've got the green camo pattern on one side and more of an understated black on the other, all of it staying the Stellar 365 LED headlamp around it. Fully adjustable. You've got one end here where you can adjust the strap nice and easily, so if you've got a smaller head or a bigger head, shouldn't be any issues with adjusting that to stay on your head nice and comfortably. So as quick as that, I've made it smaller and then loosen it off as you would expect with most straps. So nice and easy to use with that. Then we move over to the head torch itself. Now really light, that's the main thing I'm taking from this. It's waterproof, so it doesn't matter if you're using this out in the rain, and also apparently it's shockproof. I haven't tested that yet, but yes, it still works. So good to know that it is shockproof as they stated. Now, a couple of design things to notice on here: the tilt function. So you can clip this onto your head through the strap, or the little clip we'll get onto in a second, and however you've mounted that, you can then adjust it to be ever so slightly up, or open it all the way down to like that, so you can have it pointed right down on your face if you want to tell spooky stories on the bank, or just adjust it so you do a rig tying in your on your bed chair, or of course point it more forward when you need to see landing a fish or casting or whatever like that. But there's also a little clip here. Now this is perfect for clipping onto a cap. I find that if you put it onto a flat cap or whatever, that's a lot easier than trying to fumble with a strap at night, I find. So you can put that onto the front of a cap, maybe onto a bushwhacker. I've used head torches with similar functions on a bushwhacker when you're pushing that out, and the fact it's waterproof, it'll be really good to use on a bait and spoon at night. If you're trying to find spots, you just clip it onto the edge of your spoon. It goes out, it's really grippy as well. I filmed a little close-up of this where I put my finger in there and it pinched my finger quite badly, so it is a very strong grip on there. So there's two different ways you can put it onto your head or whatever you want to use it on, through either the clip or the strap. Now the strap attaches really simply as well. As you'll see, there's a little groove on the sides on the back of the bit that rotates or tilts. Put the strap in slightly and then just pull it in, and you find it then it clicks into place, or not clicks into place, but slides into place nice and easy like so. Do that on the other side, and it's now into place. Now I'm sure you can leave it on this side of the clip, but just for neatness sake, I then tucked that strap under the plastic clip just so it doesn't get caught on anything and makes it a bit neater. So pull that nice and tight, and that should slot under there. As quick as that, I've now got it to a fully usable head torch where I can adjust the strap, put it on my head, nice and easy. I don't really need to show you how to put a head torch on using a strap, but there you go, just proof that it does work as a head torch. Now moving on to the lights, which is the main thing about a head torch or a lamp or light or whatever, is the different features it's got. Now on the top you'll see there's two different buttons. One says R and one says torch. If we go for the R first, press it quickly, you'll see there's a green light. Press it quick again, slightly brighter green light, and then press it a third time, we then got a red light. Press it again and it's off. Double press quickly, that enters a flashing red SOS mode. Press again and that turns it off. Now if I turn it back on and leave it for a few seconds, that's now remembering that that's the lightness level I want on green. If I press it again, it will then turn it off. If I turn it back on, it it'll be that same level of green. Turn it off, and it turns itself off. Actually, I press it too quickly there. So if you press it quickly, it will then go to the next lumen level, which is the brighter green. As you can see, it's just got a bit brighter. So if I leave that for a few seconds, it's now remembering that this is the light level I want. Press it again, and it turns it off. Press it once more, and it turns it back on the lumen level that I left it on a second ago. So I just leave that a few more seconds to prove that that's what it does. Because when I press it again, it should now turn it off, and it has. But if I turn it on again, and quick press again, it goes to the red. So again, just to show you how it works, leave it for a few seconds. 5 seconds it needs to be left. Press it again and that will turn it off. But the memory function has remembered that next time I press that button, I want the red light. So press it again, and there we have the red light. If I'm really quick, pressing through, obviously go for green, brighter green and red, and off. So that's how the red button works. Now the other one is the torch. Now there's 4 different settings on this, and it works in the same way that the other one does. So press it once, first light comes on, twice quickly, this next light, 3 and 4. And those lumen levels are 8, 38, 190, and then 365, which is how it gets its name. So very, very bright on its full. And of course, the amount of battery it's going to use is going to increase when you go for brighter light. So I think the usage time is something like 200 hours, but of course that's going to be on a more reduced setting. As you go through the settings, it's going to use more and more of that battery power. But those are the different lumen levels. Now, as with the other one, if I press it a few times, leave it onto the 3rd brightness setting, for example, leave it for 5 seconds, and then the next time I press it, that should turn it off. The memory mode will remember I wanted that lumen setting. So there you go. It's turned itself back on 190 lumens. Now if I just filter through them again, I'll put it back onto the brightest setting, shall we? Now it's on that. Now if I press and hold rather than waiting, you'll see that light will now turn off. And that's activated a motion sensing gesture. So if I then swipe my hand in front of it, it turns it on. Swipe it away, it's now off. Doesn't matter which direction, on, off, on, off, down, up. It doesn't matter what, oh, there we go. It doesn't matter which way I do it. It just means that that's perfect for, I think that's mostly going to be used in a fishing situation, having it on your bivvy table or on the floor. So when you get a bite, it's not going off all the time, but as soon as you need to see where you go and you swing your legs out of the bed chair, it'll activate it, light your bivvy, find your shoes, and you get out the door nice and easily. Or alternatively, if you just want it on your head and you don't want to keep on pressing buttons, you just want to wave your hand in front of it and it turns it off, and then you want to see where something is, you wave your hand again and it's back on. Nice and simple. Press and hold, and that will turn it off again for you. So there you go. The motion sensing is now not doing anything because I've put it into a manual mode, and then cycle through and turn it off myself. And there's one more feature that the bright light has. Quick press, just like it would on the other one, which sets off the SOS, but quick press on the torch function makes it strobe mode. So that's perfect if you want to be one of those cyclists that blinds an oncoming driver and has this going just so you're like, here I am. It does work, but there's another function from fishing. In a fishing situation, I suppose that's probably going to tell someone you're in a bit of trouble and you need a bit of help, because that's not going to be very helpful when you're trying to tie a rig or land a fish. But it's nice to know you've got that function there if you need it. But I think that really is going to be a function for someone like a cyclist or something like that, where it's more used to let someone know that you're there, but still show your way where you're actually going. Now, one of the best things about this as well is the price. You get all those features, all those different lumen levels, the red light, the green light, the strap, the fact it clips onto your cap as well. Comes in at just £34.90 at the point of filming, so it may change, but at the point of filming on the Rippton website, this is up for just £34.90, which I think is an absolute steal because it's got all those functions built into it and comes with its dedicated case to carry it around and transport it. It's waterproof, it's bash proof, he says, smashing it into the ground. There we are, it's still working, so proof that after smashing it around and chucking it up and down, it still has absolutely no issues with working. It's a very impressive little head torch. Don't need to break the bank. You've got all those features in a nice compact little head torch like so. So for more information, do head over to the Rippton website, maybe pick one of these out, or alternatively look at some of the items they got on their website as well, the other items as well. So cheers for watching. Hope you found this informative, and I'll see you in the next one.